A tragedy remembered, the Titanic's final journey. The story of the Titanic is one that has been etched into the annals of history, a tale of human ambition and the unforgiving power of nature. Be sure to subscribe for more stories like this and others. The RMS Titanic, a name synonymous with both luxury and tragedy. She was the pride of the White Star Line, a floating palace that promised an unparalleled experience of opulence and comfort. She was a marvel of engineering, the largest ship of her time, embarking on her maiden voyage from Southampton to New York. The world watched in awe as this behemoth of the seas set sail, a symbol of human ingenuity and progress. On board were people from all walks of life, all dreaming of a new life in America. From the wealthy elite enjoying the first-class amenities to the hopeful immigrants in steerage, the Titanic was a microcosm of society. The date was April 15th, 1912, a date that would forever be remembered in history. The Titanic had been sailing smoothly for days, and the passengers were enjoying the journey of a lifetime. The Titanic, believed to be unsinkable, sailed with an air of confidence. The ship's design and construction were considered state-of-the-art, and many believed that nothing could go wrong. But deep in the North Atlantic, fate awaited. The ship was on a collision course with destiny, and the calm waters belied the danger that lay ahead. As darkness fell, the seemingly invincible ship encountered an iceberg. The lookouts spotted the massive ice formation too late, and the Titanic was unable to steer clear in time. The collision, though glancing, proved fatal. The iceberg tore a series of gashes along the starboard side, breaching the hull and allowing water to pour in. The seemingly impregnable hull was breached, flooding compartments below the waterline. The ship's watertight compartments, thought to be a safeguard, were quickly overwhelmed. Panic ensued as the gravity of the situation became clear. The crew and passengers scrambled to understand the severity of the damage, and the realization that the ship was sinking set in. There were not enough lifeboats for all passengers and crew. The lifeboat drills had been insufficient, and many lifeboats were launched half-empty in the chaos. In the icy waters, under a starlit sky, the unsinkable Titanic slipped beneath the waves, taking with her over 1,500 souls. The cries of those left in the freezing water echoed in the night, a haunting reminder of the disaster. The tragedy sent shockwaves around the world and continues to fascinate us to this day. Newspapers around the globe carried the story, and the world mourned the loss of so many lives. But what really caused this maritime disaster? Was it human error, a failure in design, or simply an unavoidable act of nature? The questions linger, and the search for answers continues. The answer, like the wreck itself, lies hidden in the depths, waiting to be fully understood. As technology advances, we uncover more about the Titanic's final moments, piecing together the puzzle of this tragic event. The most widely accepted theory for the Titanic's sinking is the collision with the iceberg. It was a cold, clear night with calm seas, conditions that can make spotting icebergs particularly difficult. Icebergs, often cloaked in darkness, become nearly invisible to the naked eye until it's too late. The Titanic's crew received warnings of ice in the area, but continued sailing at near full speed. This decision, made to maintain the ship's schedule, has been the subject of much debate and scrutiny. While the lookouts spotted the iceberg, it was too close to avoid a collision. The impact, though not a head-on crash, tore a series of gashes along the Titanic's starboard side. These gashes, while seemingly small individually, combined to create a significant breach below the waterline. The inrush of water proved too much for even the Titanic's advanced pumping systems to handle. While the iceberg collision is the most well-known aspect of the Titanic's demise, it might not be the only factor that led to the tragic sinking of the so-called unsinkable ship. Some experts believe that a hidden fire burning in one of the ship's coal bunkers for days before the disaster could have played a significant role. This fire, largely unnoticed by the passengers and most of the crew, may have been a silent but deadly contributor to the ship's fate. The fire, which was concealed deep within the ship's coal bunkers, may have weakened the hull's integrity over time. The coal fire, burning at extremely high temperatures, could have compromised the strength of the steel plates in the surrounding area. The intense heat from the coal fire, reaching temperatures of up to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, could have significantly weakened the steel plates in the surrounding area. This weakening would have made the hull more vulnerable to the catastrophic damage caused by the iceberg collision. When the Titanic struck the iceberg, the already compromised hull may have been unable to withstand the impact, leading to the rapid flooding of the ship's compartments. This chain of events could have been exacerbated by the pre-existing damage from the fire. Adding to the concern, some surviving crew members reported seeing a strange glow emanating from the hull near the area where the iceberg struck. This glow, they claimed, was present even before the collision, suggesting that the fire had been burning for some time. This eerie glow could have been the telltale sign of a hidden inferno, a fire that was slowly but surely weakening the ship from within. The presence of this fire raises questions about the true state of the Titanic's structural integrity at the time of the collision. Was this the telltale sign of a hidden inferno? Could this fire have been the silent culprit that set the stage for one of the most infamous maritime disasters in history? While the fire alone may not have been enough to sink the Titanic, it's possible that it played a crucial role in the chain of events leading to the tragedy. The combination of the fire and the iceberg collision may have created a perfect storm of circumstances that doomed the ship. The fire theory remains a topic of debate, with some experts dismissing it while others believe it deserves further investigation. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the Titanic, the possibility of a hidden blaze adds another layer of intrigue to the story of this legendary ship. The Titanic was hailed as a marvel of engineering, a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition. However, recent investigations into the ship's construction have revealed potential flaws that may have contributed to its tragic fate. The steel used to build the Titanic, while considered high quality at the time, was not as strong as modern steel. Advances in metallurgy have shown that the steel's composition made it more brittle, especially in the frigid waters of the North Atlantic. This difference in material strength could have significantly contributed to the severity of the damage from the iceberg. When the Titanic struck the iceberg, the brittle steel may have fractured more easily, leading to catastrophic breaches in the hull. The rivets, used to hold the hull plates together, have also come under scrutiny. These small but crucial components were essential in maintaining the integrity of the ship's structure. Some experts believe the rivets were made of a lower-grade iron that was more brittle and prone to snapping under pressure. This brittleness could have been exacerbated by the cold temperatures, making the rivets more likely to fail upon impact. This theory suggests that the impact with the iceberg may have caused the rivets to fail, leading to a more extensive breach of the hull. As the rivets snapped, the hull plates would have separated, allowing water to flood into the ship at an alarming rate. Additionally, the design of the Titanic's watertight compartments, while considered advanced for the time, had limitations. These compartments were intended to keep the ship afloat, even if several were breached. However, the compartments were not sealed at the top, meaning that as water flooded in, it could spill over into adjacent compartments. This design flaw gradually reduced the ship's buoyancy, making it impossible to stay afloat as more compartments filled with water. While the Titanic was designed to withstand certain impacts, the combination of the iceberg collision, the potential fire damage, and the limitations of the ship's materials and construction may have all played a role in the disaster. The fire in one of the coal bunkers, which had been burning for days before the collision, may have weakened the ship's structure further. The sinking of the Titanic serves as a poignant reminder that even the most advanced engineering feats are not immune to the forces of nature and the consequences of design flaws. It underscores the importance of continuous improvement in engineering practices and the need to learn from past mistakes to prevent future tragedies.